So here we have the sketches that I'm doing. So underneath is the sketch. You can see it's all very scratchy still. It's not perfect in any way. My lines were less vivid and just very chicken scratchy before, but I've had to refine it so that I could do this. So what I did is put tracing paper over it and then used my ink pens to line over the whole thing. So at this point it's still pretty finished, but there's going to be a lot of after work to do. But the problem is, and here I'm showing you how I taped it to the side, but the problem was that my line work when I was in Manga Studio was just too precise, too perfect. It looked totally inorganic and it looked totally like something I wouldn't have drawn. And I thought that was a real issue for me, because am I trying to make something that is reminiscent and completely like something else, or something that is honestly more like me? And I think that's a question a lot of artists, not just people who are going into the comic book world, have to think about. So at this point, this is the kind of style I've decided on. There'll be a lot of editing in Photoshop and then in Illustrator to clean up the line work. And I'll just show you my other page here. I'm still working on it. It's not 100%, but you can see it's something. It's definitely something that's more reminiscent of my work, I think. So again, tracing paper on top. I think that this is more interesting, and I will have, like I said, editing, things touching, but they won't be in the end. Like, I can move things around once in Photoshop and Illustrator, and also in Manga Studio, whichever of those programs that I work out to be the easiest to do all of this. Here's my third page I'm really working on right now, and it's nowhere near being ready. It is very sketchy. And of course, I'm not writing in the dialogue at this point. I'm just drawing the pictures, and I'll overlap the dialogue later. I didn't want to try and assume I would know how big I would need for word bubbles, so this is all just to show you what I've been working with. And here I'll take you into Illustrator. So here in Illustrator, we're going to go to live tracing, and I'm going to show you how I do this. So turn on the white. You don't want it to turn the white into a trace as well. So click OK, and we should be good. So in this live tracing, I'm just going to quickly throw in the scanned version of the drawing that I made, that I showed you first, and it's very rough. I mean, you can see a lot of the jaggedy parts of because this is a traditional medium, and even scanning it at 600 dpi, it's high, but you can see it's not perfect. So I'll be going in Photoshop to editing those parts, but here I'm just going to show you what live tracing in Illustrator can do to sort of clean up those lines, so I don't have to literally make every line more precise, That would take forever. So this is by no means what's going to be the finished product, but I just wanted to kind of show you the process that I plan to take when doing all of this. So here, I'm just zoom in a little more. And you can see now that the lines are already much smoother than they were. And a lot of those settings in live tracing I can keep editing as well until I come up with the right one for this project. But there's some mistakes here, like right there, her knee is not completely there. That was me in drawing, so I want to make sure that all those little spots are filled in and not open to gaps. I think it'll just make coloring easier in the end. So that's it for this mid-month Art Explained video. I hope that I've gone over the process enough. If you have any questions about it, I'll just put them in the description. If you've ever made comics, have you tried this method before? I'd be very curious to hear from other comic book artists out there. This is the first really big project I've tried. I did have a short run comic that I think is completely deleted from the internet now. I don't even know if I have all of the artwork from it, but it was also a traditional to the digital medium as well. I don't know, it just felt very strange to be doing it all in Manga Studio. Maybe one day it won't, but as long as I think I work on a screenless Wacom tablet instead of like a Cintiq, it just doesn't feel very natural to me. I cannot seem to make that connection that a lot of artists do. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it will come to me. But for now, this is what I'm doing. And this is just the book zero. This is the entry. So maybe by the time we actually really start the full on comic that really will start focusing on the main storyline, maybe my method will have changed a little bit. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Variety is the spice of life. So that's why in comic books there's always guest artists and stuff like that. So we'll see. For now, this is what I'm doing though. So I'll see you at the end of the month for the next Art Explained. If you're one of my patrons and have suggestions or things that you'd like me to talk about, just let me know. Your requests always come first. And if you're not one of my patrons, I would love it if you would join me. The link is going to be here at the end of the video, and it's also in the description. Even for as little as $1 a month, which is less than a cup of coffee, seriously, you'd be helping me out a lot, and I love meeting new people online, and maybe one day we'll meet in person. So I'll see you at the end of the month and every weekend for the weekly sketches. Also this week, I forgot to mention, is my birthday on Friday on the 17th, so I'm doing weekly videos all week long if you haven't noticed, and that is all. I'll be doing a giveaway as well on Friday, so stay tuned, and I'll see you later. Bye!